2016 Nissan Maxima Platinum, $40,905, and 3.5 liter V6, 300 horsepower, 261 pound-feet of torque, Xtronic transmission, which I believe is CVT, and a plethora of options. And it's a very well appointed interior. It's got a great style on the outside. I'm a big fan of the look of the Maxima, but I've always been, I don't know what we'd say, I would say partial to the V6 CVT front wheel drive combination. So I'm going to drive it today, and we are going to see what it's capable of on the road. This is not a car for the track. Quick drive around the block, and we will see what this car is capable of on a normal basis. So I do like the roominess of this interior. I do like the look. I can just barely reach the buttons with the tip of my finger with where my seat is configured. So it shows you just how roomy this interior is. And there's plenty of room back there. There's a great panoramic sunroof. There are no real blind spots. Of course, this is going back to their old days of the 4D SC, which stood for four-door sports car. I don't like regurgitating press facts, but in this case, this really is one of those vehicles where you can take a sedan and sport it up a little bit and have fun. So the question is, will CVT be the biggest caveat to this car? Now, I did speak with one of the Nissan managers last night and this morning about what they've done with the CVT in here to give it more of a gear change effect. And I didn't get into technical details. I just let Nissan know for you guys that the CVT is probably what turns me off, but he suggested I go drive it, so I'm doing this, and well, we'll come to a conclusion at the end. Automatic headlights are nice. They're very bright in that tunnel. Whoops, the keys are sliding around. By the way, this is what the key looks like a pill, just like it did with the Infiniti Q50. And that's the thing I told Nissan too. I said, if you made this more like that Q50 Red, I would definitely be convinced that the style of this Maxima has performance to back it up. Now it's 9:30 in the morning today, and I've already driven 5 cars on the track. So this is my first car on the regular road. So I gotta kind of remember to relax here. It's 60 miles an hour for the speed limit, and I do have GPS. So let's figure out where I'm going actually. Braking it's not bad. Oh yeah, emergency braking is very good in the Maxima. Just doing a little test there. How's the torque steer? It still has torque steer. It's got that infamous torque steer that I'm not a fan of, but there's a lot of power there. You know, I've seen a lot of these things in the Austin area as rental cars. Is this a car made to be a rental car, No, this is not a Volkswagen Passat. So I think having a fresh look on this car and giving it a shot, understeer, Nissan can do a little bit better, I think. I think they really need to focus on the four-door sports car aspect. This is a little bit more sophisticated looking, very sexy and appealing, but inside and just driving daily, I'm not sure I could live with it. You know, as far as affordability, there are a lot of cars in this price range. This one has a lot of features. They all have features at this price range. It's got a lot of things, it's got a lot of style, but it doesn't have anything that makes it unique other than the look of it, right? When you get inside, there's no action going on. There is a sport button and a normal button. Normal. Okay, see that? Normal and sport. If you like a Lexus and you just can't quite reach into that price bracket, then this is a probably something that's interesting to look at and test drive. I'd like to know, you know, between like something like an ES, would this be a good competitor? So if you bought one of these over an ES, let me know. And it also has a weird shift gate so that you can change gears in a CVT. I don't understand that. It's sort of like they're trying to psych you out with some, I don't want to call it a gimmick, but they're trying to make you feel like you don't have a CVT. So why are you trying to hide it? I don't know. I'm probably being too brutally honest with this. It's a great, sexy, appealing looking concept, but the basis upon which it's made, a V6 front-wheel drive CVT, just doesn't do it for me. And after driving this, I'm very convinced that I was right. But it's not a bad car. It's just at 41 grand if you don't want the Lexus ES, and if you don't want a Volkswagen Passat, then you would get this. But if you were getting this for the sportiness aspect, it's not really sporty. You're better off with other options. Hope that helps. Thanks for watching.